and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, August 14th. Will is off, but we got the Beeve with a new beautiful hairstyle. Mark with a beautiful hairstyle. I had to join in because I couldn't, it's the Florida Man Friday of hairstyles, I guess. Go to YouTube, check it out.
Yeah, best collection of hair we've ever had. Yeah. Definitely go to YouTube. Subscribe to Hard Factor and check out this episode if you want to see some wild hair. Beeve, it's looking golden and great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. This whole thing, it feels real comfortable. I'll be honest with you. I really think I'm just settling into this whole beef thing, and what I did to my hair, I think it works. It feels right. You're waking up like it was meant to be.
Now you did a double bleach, is that correct?
This is a double bleach. I have darker hair, so it didn't really do the whole. I mean, it's okay. It's pretty good. I pushed my scalp to the limit. It's very badly burned. My scalp is very badly burned.
But the hair is still there. You didn't lose clumps of hair.
Oh,
nice.
No. The hair it's here, baby, and it's looking good.
Because a double bleach could potentially cause hair to fall out. Correct.
That's a lot of people were saying that on the internet, and I was definitely a little bit afraid that was going to happen. But as the beef does, I push things right to the limit.
Worked out for the beef. Nice. Well, there you go. Also,
where are you DJing Saturday?
Yeah.
Your mom's house, Wes. maybe when we're done, we'll call you over.
This is nice. This is take 2, by the way, because the Beeves internet spectrumed us again, and this is the second take of the opening of the show. Luckily, we didn't get too far before.
Yeah, just a quick update on that.
Kicked us off. Yeah.
The 6th, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th tech came out today. Supervisors, 6 of them. 6 of them have been in my home for the same problem, which has been having for a month. None of them have solved the problem. She left. She was a very nice lady. She left thinking she'd solve the problem. 12 minutes later, still 0.02 upload speed. So she's coming back at some point, but the internet just timed out. So, yeah.
Like your hair to your scalp, you are barely hanging on to Zoom.
It is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's just get into it because we got to do a show. I'm going to kick it off, guys. Florida is the equivalent of your most fun friend. The guy that you always knows where the party's at. You know what I mean? He's the guy that you're always happy to see. And almost every time you hang out with him, you come away with quite a story. But there's a time and a place for that guy. And, well, he can find cocaine at a moment's notice, no matter where he is. And he has access to his dad's boat. He's not the guy you want in charge of anything serious, which is the case in Florida. He's in charge, which is probably why so many fucked up things happen there. Like recently, when a Florida sheriff barred deputies, banned them, prevented them in any way, shape, or form from wearing masks or facial coverings at work. This is according to authorities.
You said made it mandatory for them to wear masks, correct?
It's no. It's the opposite of that. It's a no mask mandatory. And this is as Florida struggles with coronavirus, breaking records all the time in terms of infections and death. Meet Sheriff Billy Woods, guys. Billy insists that there is no conclusive evidence that wearing masks curbs the spread of the virus. And in a memo to his deputies, guys, Billy Woods said, quote, "Now, I can already hear the whining, and just so you know, I did not make this decision easily, and I've waited out for the past 2 weeks." So that makes it better, Billy. You thought about it for a while.
He didn't spend any time on this. This was the easiest decision. He just decided to go for what he always wanted to do and ban masks. He hates masks. Right. He thinks they're lame. He thinks it makes you look like a pussy or a bitch. And he just doesn't want his people wearing masks, which is hilarious.
There's nothing that I've read personally that says that this is helpful.
Yeah, and I wouldn't believe it if I read it.
Right. Now, I haven't read. Okay, he went on to say, "We can debate and argue all day of why and why not, y'all. But the fact is, the amount of professionals that give the reasons why we should wear masks, I can find the same exact amount of professionals that say why we shouldn't."
Why would you ban it if it's like inconclusive and you found the same? Why wouldn't you let it be up to your officers?
Right. If it's a toss-up, Billy don't err on the side of caution.
Tie goes to the not losers.
Yeah, tie goes to the more dangerous and risky scenarios.
Tie goes to dumb.
Yeah, tie goes to dumb.
Guys, the policy applies to all 900 department employees. So that's all the police and the support staff. Woods went on to say, "Hey, this is no longer a debate, nor is it up for a discussion. like a very dangerous
Jefferson,
dad.
what the hell is this? He's going through a slideshow of his officers in masks. The hell is this, Jefferson?
He's checking their Instagrams. Guys, to put officers at ease in regard to how they would explain their masklessness to the literally dozens of strangers their job requires them to come in close contact with daily, Billy said this: if at any time you are confronted by any individual complaining, berating you, or just being a difficult individual, you will politely and professionally tell them, I am not required to wear a mask, nor will I, per the order of the sheriff, and then you will walk away from them. That's his advice there.
Looks like we found a new meter maid because Jefferson refuses to take his mask off.
Guys, the local health department was not consulted in any way, shape, or form before this decision was made. A spokesperson for the Florida Department of Health in Marion County said on Wednesday. In other news, guys, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Tuesday said the state will need help covering costs associated with their devastating coronavirus outbreak, expressing confidence that the federal government will help pick up the tab for the increased Medicaid outlays. So that's you guys. That's everyone listening that it doesn't live in Florida. Don't worry, you're paying for it. Ron's confident after he mismanaged handling the virus in a devastatingly bad way, and he's backed up by Sheriff Billy Woods down there because fuck it.
After 2 weeks of reading only the side I wanted to read,
Right.
I decided no masks.
Sir, you might want to read this.
Fuck.
What the fuck is that? Now, how long do you think, Billy, how long do you think this is actually going to go on? I mean, they can't let him do that, right? It's just completely ridiculous.
Sure they can.
So
as long as he's
that's
in
actually
charge,
that's super interesting, Wes. So like, remember when there was all that civil unrest because of racial inequities in our country related to the police in some respects?
Yes.
I dug into it. So here's what's super interesting. Who are the police, right? Like, who puts them in charge? Billy's probably where the buck stops. You know what I mean? I guess.
Well, he was voted in.
He gets to make the decision. Yeah, you'd have to fire him or vote him out.
The sheriff or whoever. Yeah.
Sheriffs are voted in usually.
He's elected. Yeah. Sheriffs are elected. So that's Billy.
I mean,
I think
put
the
a
mayor,
mask on. Billy has your ass on the streets.
I don't know what the hierarchy is. I don't think the mayor's above the sheriff, but
it probably depends on the town.
Yeah, I don't know.
My guess is the sheriff is like the king of the police. I think that's. But we'll look into it.
With Billy going around intimidating all the mayors he comes across.
We can take.
He's probably in charge.
Oh,
the mayor probably is on the same side. We should put a call into Billy's office and ask if anyone has power over Billy.
Yeah.
And see what they say.
Well, guys, hold on. We have some breaking news. I just got a statement from the 900 employees that work for Billy. This is their statement. Why?
Yeah. Can we make that? Can we just make our own decision? Yeah. Okay.
But why? Right. Okay.
All right, guys, got a special edition of Fools That Work in Schools, Florida Man edition, but also Fools That Work in Police Stations. Now, we here at Hard Factor support the men and women in blue and all that they do, but sometimes you have to scratch your head at shit like this one, coming from my favorite place in the world, Key West. I'm shocked these kinds of things exist in a place as magical as Key West, but apparently they do. So yeah,
they have their own police force down there too. It's not like state. It's not like state troopers. They got like the Key West force.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they ride around on scooters and shit, horseback, I believe. So anyway, an 8-year-old boy with special needs allegedly hit his teacher and told her that his mom was going to beat her ass after she apparently touched him. Yeah. So we've heard this story before, right? Like the kids get out of hand, the teachers don't want to deal with them, they call the police, and then this kind of shit happens. I'm not sure if she's
I just love this very special time in a young boy's life where he loves his mother so much, and also, he just thinks that he knows she'll do anything for him. Like, he's walking around threatening that his mom's going to beat their asses. That you kind of grow out of that. So I think it's special.
Do you think it's because she's done it before? He's just
it's
I know what's coming next.
Yeah, it wasn't even really a warning. It wasn't a threat. It was a warning.
No, it's not a threat. He's like I really have no say in the matter. This is what's happening next.
I think she probably beats his ass a few times a week too. So anyway, so not sure if the teacher is okay. We're in a coma right now, but as you can imagine, a blow from an 8-year-old can be very devastating. Actually, she's fine, has 0 injuries. So when the teacher alerted authorities, the police came and handcuffed the young boy as he was sobbing hysterically because being handcuffed is scary at any age, especially 8. The cuffs, of course, were so big they did not even fit around the boy's wrists. But nonetheless, he was hauled off to jail, fingerprinted, DNA swabbed, and a mugshot was taken.
This happened.
Come on.
In the school? They arrested him in the school?
They arrested him, yep.
Yeah, that's going to help. That's going to help with him adjusting to the social stuff there in the school with the other students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one's going to be able to relate to him for like 10 years. Like, none of his peers are going to be able to relate to the whole fingerprinting, the mugshot. They're like, no, that hasn't happened to you, other 9-year-olds? No?
I mean, they just...
I know cops can bend the rules, right? Like, do you think maybe like they've got like a Sheriff Billy Woods in this department who was like, no, you arrest him, but letter of the law. Like, you feel like a pretty big jackass when you're putting cuffs on an 8-year-old, right?
Yes.
It's a police officer in no mask arresting an 8-year-old. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. So, they certainly started him on a pretty bad trajectory after this. The 64-pound menace was charged with felony battery until a person with a fucking brain stepped in and dropped the charges, but only after a doctor did a mental evaluation on the boy and confirmed that the charges should be dropped because he did have mental problems. At any rate, the trauma and damage has been done. And this was back in December of 2018, by the way. But Tuesday, the boy's mom finally filed a lawsuit against the school district and police, I believe, saying the police used excessive force, the school officials failed to intervene, and that the district violated the Persons with Disabilities Act because, again, her son has special needs. The chief of police said the officers did nothing wrong and followed procedure precisely.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly as I told him to, which is exactly where the problem lies, according to the boy's attorney. During the arrest, one officer is heard saying, quote, "You understand this is very serious, okay? I hate that you put me in this position that I have to do this, okay? All right? The thing about it is you made a mistake. Now it's time to learn from it and grow from it, right? Not repeat the same mistake again, okay?" Which is a great message, but maybe a little too early to do the scared straight tactic on an 8-year-old. I don't know.
What?
Too early. Way too early.
What? Okay, so, okay. What? Mm-hmm. He put it on the boy. Like if you got to put it on the system, buddy. You can't put it on the boy. Like I don't like you put me in this position. He's 8, man. When people say, by the way, I know it's a fucking controversial topic. This show loves police. No, we don't want police off the streets. We want as many police as need to be in any city or town to be safe.
Yeah, good cops.
When people say defund the police, what they mean is hire a social worker so that when an 8-year-old hits a teacher, a social worker shows up, not a cop. That's what they mean.
I think some people mean that, Pat. Well, some people might mean get rid of them completely.
The smart ones mean that.
Right.
We need to build a system into our country in some way, shape, or form where if an 8-year-old hits a teacher, that cop doesn't need to waste his time going to the fucking school and be put in that position.
Hey, cue ball, get up here for your fingerprinting. Cue ball. I told you to stop stabbing people, cue ball. Okay, little Jeremy, it's your turn.
That cop has to go home and tell his wife what he did that day. And and in that description, he has to like, well, honey, I went over to the elementary school, slapped some cuffs on an 8-year-old. It's like, he shouldn't be in that position. And it's not the 8-year-old, it's the system. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, isn't it? Anyway, the boy was diagnosed with ADHD, something called oppositional defiant disorder, depression, and anxiety, and was recognized by the school.
Tack a few other things on him after this incident.
Shit.
Depression, anxiety.
Yeah. I think, guys, hold on. Mark, I think we know someone with oppositional defiant disorder, and I'm not laughing at it because anyone with a disorder, that's tough. But we had a friend growing up that told us one time that he has a mental issue that prevents him from admitting when he's wrong. And I'm pretty sure that that's oppositional defiant disorder.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It might. Anyway, yeah. And the school recognized him as having behavioral issues, and he did not like being touched. Nobody told the substitute that, which is why he jacked her in the chest, I guess. Another example of teachers just not want to deal with these kids, so... It's a shame, man. I mean, you think they'd figure out this new protocol by now, so they stop making news for being fucking jackasses with this kind of shit. But
nice.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right. On to mine here, Pat. You froze for a second, but we got it covered. Yeah, you're back.
You're scaring us.
Hey guys, what's the number one rule when you get pulled over by a cop and they find drugs on you? It's number one rule.
Say nothing.
Say yes, sir.
Okay. Deny is what you do. Okay. It's not mine. That's
right? The first thing my dad told me when he picked me up from the police station when I was 12. He was like, Patrick, you'd never talk to the police. And I was like, man, why didn't you tell me that before I committed the crime?
Yeah, before I got arrested and the cuffs slapped on my 8-year-old ass. Don't be like that 17-year-old kid in Pat's neighborhood that got in a car accident and then immediately told on himself for being high to the police after I told him not to do that when the police arrived on the scene. I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I was just a witness. This kid is going to get a DUI and his license. All right, see ya. I'm going home. See, if that kid had grown up in Florida, he would have known better. As we have covered almost every excuse in the book from Florida people, like the bag of cocaine flew into my car window in the highway. It just like magically flew in. Or, these aren't my pants. These are my roommate's pants.
Yeah, or the manufacturer put it there.
Right. 40-year-old Willie Graham. You
better check with ththose guys at the assembly line, man. I don't know.
See, these are my 85. Pants. They're Levi's. Yeah. Well, 40-year-old William Graham, who was raised in Florida, took the "those aren't my pants" excuse to new levels when he was arrested for fighting his brother in the street. We got a cat fight. Hold on. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Let me narrate this for you guys at home. Mark literally, if you watch our YouTube, you'll see me frozen and Mark surrounded like the king of cats. And they really like him because during the show they're on his keyboard. There's a bit of a brawl between two of them.
I kind of instigated that. Oh man, my one cat is ready to go. Anyways, refocus. So yeah, what happened was the cops were called on Graham and another man fighting, two adults fighting in the street. And when they showed up, it turned out that 40-year-old Willie Graham was fighting his brother. That's what the cops got called on for. So, whoops. And while the cops were questioning the men and probably about to let them go, because, two brothers fighting, okay, fine, we'll let you go if you guys calm down. They noticed Graham kept fidgeting with his pocket. You see, he wanted to make sure his drugs were still in his pocket. And they were. So that's why he was fidgeting with them. It turns out police found 4 plastic bags in his pocket, 2 of which had marijuana and MDMA, and the other 2 had residues of an unknown substance, which sounds intriguing. I don't know what that means, but drugs.
Right.
Yeah. So while they were reading him his Miranda rights, Graham announced to the police that he and his brother weren't fighting, but they were wrestling, and that the pants he had on were gifted to him by a passerby earlier that day that offered him free pants that fit Graham perfectly. So no news on if it was a swap, like the men were the same size and they swapped pants, or if Graham wasn't wearing pants at all and the friendly man happened to have an extra pants. We didn't get any news on that, but that's what happened apparently.
Imagine
down the street.
Want some pants?
Yeah.
Yes.
How disappointed the guy was when he realized that he gave him the pants with his drugs in it. Like, he probably meant to give him a different pair of pants, and he was like, damn it. I can't take it back now. That would be rude.
Shit, yeah, these are the pants, with the drugs in it, the expensive drugs.
Did I? Yeah, I gave him a drug pants. Damn it.
Got me again.
So, they didn't believe Graham. He got arrested. And those guys were certainly full of testosterone, and I'd be interested to know what their sperm counts were. They can totally find out, too, if they're interested, if they check out our sponsor, Daddy. Daddy is trying to normalize the conversation around male reproductive health. 1 in 7 couples experience infertility, and 1 in 10 men are infertile. Daddy wants to make the process of fertility testing and sperm banking as comfortable, convenient, and cost-effective as possible, which is exactly the opposite of what the sperm banks want. They want the process to be as uncomfortable, inconvenient, and expensive as possible. Have you guys ever had to make a video talking about yourself to camera in a hot female doctor's office explaining why hypothetical people should pick your sperm for their kids?
No.
You had to do that? That was part of it?
It's uncomfortable to do that.
Oh my God. I thought, what? That's like it's like a dating service. I know that you get, look, if you listen to the show, you know that Mark, when he was down on his luck in college, donated sperm but never signed the final paperwork. But you had to do a straight to camera video dating style description. What did you say?
I was single at the time, and it was like this hot female doctor was like, just talk about yourself, pump yourself up. And she was just filming me. She's like, that was a pretty good take. Let's try that again. And I just had to be like, I was good at sports in high school.
Yeah,
I'm
smart. You highlighted your athletic prowess.
I got good facial hair and stuff. Like it was just, I'm 5'10". stuff like that.
Just lies.
I digress. No longer do you have to travel to a sperm bank, masturbate in an uncomfortable room, and wait weeks to receive results. Daddy has developed a high-tech at-home sperm collection kit, which allows you to test and store your sperm, all without leaving the comfort of your own home. You get your results within 24 hours of receiving your sample. These services through sperm banks usually cost thousands of dollars, no joke. Daddy provides the at-home collection kit, though, lab-tested fertility report, free overnight shipping, and a free year of cryogenic sperm storage, all for just $199, with an option to store sperm for $99 a year after the first free year for as many years as you want. Stack it up, $99 a year. No hidden cost or fees, and you can unsubscribe at any time. Because Daddy are huge fans of Barstool, they're offering Hard Factor listeners a limited time offer. For any new customers coming via the podcast, this podcast, if you got the order, they're going to give you $50 off your first purchase if you go to daddykit.com, spelled DADI, and insert discount code FACTOR50 at checkout to order your kit today.
Nice.
Love it. I'm still waiting on mine. I gotta contact HQ because everyone got theirs but me, but I want to have that competition. I'll do that today. Guys, there's an old saying. When a door closes, a window opens. And not having sports is a door closing for all of us. Well, anyone that likes sports. So pretty much probably everyone listening to this pod and most of America. But guys, it was a window for 39-year-old Florida man Daniel Albert Neha. See, the St. Petersburg man was between homes at the beginning of COVID, but he found an opportunity in the vacant Al Lang Stadium, which is in downtown St. Petersburg, which is also the home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a minor league soccer team. But the 75-person stadium became occupied by just one man, and it was no longer the home of the Rowdies. It became the home of Daniel Albert Neha because he started living there in what sounds like the sweetest COVID setup of all fucking time.
Did we ever call stadium as like a best place to hide out if you're homeless?
No, but dude, this is pretty good. This guy really figured it out. And yeah, if you're going to be homeless, do what this guy did. Because things were pretty good for Daniel in his new home. He picked a luxury suite as his home base. That was his new apartment. And he was eating like a king every night from the commissary, going down there making him stadium dogs, whatever he wants, popcorn.
Oh, man. So many stadium
burgers,
dogs.
Nachos. He's after it. He also had a fresh outfit every day, courtesy of the Rowdies merchandise store. So he just throwing his shirt and pants and underwear away every day, strapping on new ones.
Was this what sport was this? Was this baseball?
Soccer, minor league soccer.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything was coming up Daniel, guys, as he entered his third week in his new home. That was until a nosy cleaning crew threw a wrench in his whole operation. See, a representative from the stadium told reporters, quote, a cleaning crew went into one of these suites that no one had gone into for some time due to COVID and noticed that there were blankets and shaving cream and a razor. Clearly, it had appeared that someone had been there.
He got too comfortable.
I know. But, dude, he's homeless and he's shaving. Like, think about how good he was feeling. Like, that's when a homeless guy is shaving, that means that they're on the up and up. They're on their way back to normalcy.
Right. Well, he has to, like, in that situation, dress nicely and pretend like he's, like, the owner of the stadium. Like,
right, yep, exactly.
Everything's still good here. Just trying out the hot dogs and the beer.
No, I'm not homeless. Again. I'm just a hard worker trying to get ahead. She went on to say he was wearing the merchandise and just helping himself to the food. Police guys arrested Neha on Sunday night shortly before 10 p.m. and evicted him from his home. Officers are still trying to figure out how he was able to stay at Al Lang all that time unnoticed. See, the stadium itself was closed to fans, but there were workers there every day, I guess, doing repairs and cleaning and shit. So he was...
That's amazing. He just blended in.
I guess, or maybe just came out at night.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't expect some homeless guy to be living there.
He's wearing the merch. They think he's like a player or something.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy should be the sheriff of that Florida town, really. This guy's a genius.
He should become the fucking mascot of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I mean, like, he's rowdy. He'd fit right in.
That's a good idea.
Rename him. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good mascot, just like the guy that takes advantage of your stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd get behind him for sure.
Who loves the team more than him, you know?
Dress him up. Yeah, I would get behind a homeless guy that invaded my team's stadium for sure.
I literally live here. Yeah, me too, man. I'm a big fan.
All right.
Nice.
This next one is from Barstool Trent and is just fucking incredible. So, guys, we have all perused the various categories on porn sites. Lots of fetishes out there, right? Something for everyone. But this one is new to me. So there is an erotic Florida man who goes by the name of Gainer Bull. And with a name like Gainer Bull, what do you think this porno erotic star does? What's his thing?
Well, I think he's a grower, not a shower. Gainer Bull.
I think you're saying his name wrong. I think it's Gainer Bull. I think
Gainer Bull?
I think it's
Bull.
I think it's like,
Bull.
hey, how you doing? My name's Gainer Bull. You were kind of
Gainer
saying
Bull.
Yeah, exactly. I think
because he's like
a first last name situation.
Okay.
You're doing like the helicopter thing.
Yeah,
No.
helicopter. Gainer Bull, what does he do? He probably, I want to say, it's aggressive. I know that. It definitely has to do with dudes.
Lifts weights. Yeah. Lifts weights while getting a blowjob or something.
I bet he's got like a major hog and pounds. I don't know. What does he do?
I just wanted to hear what Pat's like vision of this guy was.
He's bald.
He's an erotic weight gainer who has like the world's most bulging belly you've ever seen in your life. So his fans love to watch the 500-pound 44-year-old Palm Beach man get in his quote loading sessions, as they are called, which are just his fat shirtless ass eating 10,000 calories a day to maintain this giant bulging stomach that fat fetish people can't get enough of. I mean,
he's eating himself to death.
He's eating himself to death for the
people
enjoyment.
are watching it.
Yeah, people are loving it. People are subscribing to him on fans only or whatever the fuck it is. They pay like $25 a month or $20 a month.
Oh my
to watch
God!
Holy shit,
dude!
You know
this
what it looks
guy's
like? You know, like drawing classes, like when they teach you how to draw for beginners, they you start with the shapes.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. It's like someone drew a big ass circle as I've never seen anything like it. It looks
it's like they sewed it on him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. His other features actually aren't that fat.
No.
It's like just a belly.
You know what he looks like? He looks like the King Koopa character in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Is the
Yes.
yes.
Yes, the guy you have to punch in the stomach and his pants fall down. Yeah. Holy shit, that's a stomach.
Yeah.
500 pounds. Because he looks like a 200-pounder outside of the stomach. The stomach's carrying at least 200 pounds.
Oh, easily. I mean, it's impressive because it's not like a fat person's
Holy
like hanging
shit.
down stomach. It's like a giant like mass.
It looks like a balloon that's gonna pop.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
How does he focus all of his fatness just to that one area?
He must have figured out something. He shakes when he eats.
Well, so Gainer Bull
Before and after awesome.
started his quest 20 years ago at 185 pounds when he learned that a nice round belly got him excited. So he set off on his mission, and that's where he's at now.
He's got just the amount of surgery scars on his front end that you would expect for a guy who looks like that.
Oh my God. He's gonna die. He's gonna die so soon. 500 pounds. He can't keep doing this.
He's gonna die.
It's literally the stomach is so big that like a regular sized woman could crawl inside it as a womb. That's how big it is.
Mm-hmm. You could hide inside that stomach. Well, is anyone going to be like, "Oh, I'm so shocked, Gainer Bull died"? You know, like
no. He's
what do you say when he dies? Like he had a good run. Like no one's going to be like, "Oh, this caught me out of left field that Gainer Bull died."
No, he's like that guy, Rich Penna or Panera, or whatever, the guy that was doing the steroid cycles all the time.
I bet he doesn't get invited to a lot of places. I mean, he's probably a nice guy, but there's just something about a guy that named Gainer Bull that does this professionally. Like you don't want to have him over, you know?
Well, there's no way that guy can fit in a booth with that stomach.
No
He's
way.
gotta be,
Absolutely not. He can't fit. You can't really sit anywhere that has something in front of him.
No, he's just at home eating on fans only.
Right. So I mean, basically, he's like the world's most like. I mean, you just can't look away from this belly. So yeah, he's gonna die, but he knows that. He knows that this is risky. But you know, he doesn't want to let his fans down. He's got 8,000 Instagram followers. Like I said, people pay $20 a month to watch him.
8,000. That's not worth it.
It's not worth it. No, the article's like he's got 11,000 likes and he's gonna die.
It's not worth it. He's not making millions.
No, he's not. All of his food goes to eating. That's all of his food.
He gets free food, and that's it.
Yep.
Pat, can we reach out to Gainer Bull? We need to get him on the show.
Yeah,
we can get Gainer Bull.
I already.
We need to find out his motivation.
It's Gainer Bull. Hashtag mass monster. Hashtag
exactly
body positive. Body positive. He's body positive.
Please DM him. Please DM him now.
I will. I will take a trip to Florida.
We're gonna get him.
To talk with him.
But another bonus story here. I uncovered something else while doing this story through a link. And have you guys ever heard of fucking a fatness trainer or a feeder?
I know. Okay, so I know that there's a thing, right? Like it's kind of like a sadomasochistic relationship, like a dom sub relationship where one person is the eater
style?
and one person's the feeder. I know that exists.
Yep.
It's like that's a fetish.
Yep.
Is it
right.
a bird? Is it a mama bird to baby bird? Is it like you spit the food in their mouths?
Well, no, I don't think so. It's like, so this one article I came across was this woman was using a fatness trainer to get to 600 pounds by her wedding to satisfy her husband's feeder fetish needs. So feeders love to feed their partners and get them as fat as possible.
To where they're disabled.
That's what they get off on. Yeah, that's what they get off on.
It's the power thing, because it's like you're so fat.
Nauseous here.
You're so fat you can't function, and you have to depend on me.
So, like at the end of Bridesmaid, when McCarthy feeds that guy, her husband in real life, that giant sandwich, the sub.
Yeah,
she makes him eat the sub.
That's where it starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so, like Pat said, they just can't do anything else but sit there and you just feed them. It's pretty interesting. Like I said, something for everyone out there. All right, but anyway, let's move it over to talk about Predicted a little bit. Let's look at the market. Which party will win Georgia in the presidential election? So right now, 65 cents.
I can't. I'm sorry. You got it. Just one more. You got to go to Gainer Bull's Instagram right away. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the one with the underwear?
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I caught a photo here as I scrolled down. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Underwear?
Yep.
Yeah. You got to go check it out.
At the gym?
At the gym underwear.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know.
God, it looks like he's about to pop.
He's got a diaper. Like his underwear looks like a diaper falling off. All right, keep going.
He's something else. Okay. Predicted. Georgia, 65 cents Republican. Seems like a lock, but not so fast.
That's a great one.
Well, let me tell you. So Georgia does vote. The only time they vote, they go Dem is when the candidate is from the South. Like they liked Bill Clinton, in 92, I guess it was, because he's from Arkansas. So they like Southern Democrats, but other than that, they go Republican the whole time. So since 1984, they've gone Republican, except like I mentioned in 92 when they went with Slick Willie. So last election in 2016, Trump defeated Hillary 50.8% to 45.6%. So 65 cents seems like a lock and some nice money. However, they got Kamala Harris coming on, the first African/Asian American woman that could be vice president. So that's big. And Georgia does have a huge population of African Americans. I think the fourth biggest behind D.C., Mississippi, and Louisiana. So it might not be as cut and dry as I think. But if history repeats itself, it will go Republican. So that's a minus 186 bet in sports terms. Go to predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get $20 on us. What do you guys think?
I like that as Republican at 65 cents. I think that's a lock.
I think so.
I think it's an absolute lock.
Agreed.
I like Georgia there on Republican. 65 cents gets you a 35 cent per share increase there. And then I still like my Florida as the closest state at like 11 cents. Yeah. I love these states ones.
Yeah, the state ones. The state ones are always awesome to bet on because there's boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. It's gonna be good eatings. We're gonna be Gainer Bowling ourselves. We're gonna be feeders. We're gonna need a bunch of feeders after all these bets.
All these feeders out here.
Let's get into the last part of the show. 5-star reviews and voicemails. Let's get into reviews first.
Okay.
There's a bunch. Ted Wheeler says, Predicted help. Well, there you go. Good segue. First of all, I'm a casual listener. Love the 500th episode. Glad Wes is back. Great podcast. Blah, blah, blah. That's not why he's writing us. Predicted won't verify me. I'm 18, so it's chill. And they want me to send in a photo of my driver's license. Seems suspicious. Is this normal procedures? I don't think it is. I don't think I have to send in my driver's license.
It is when you're dealing.
Okay.
Like if you sign up for
Okay.
if you sign up for like a TD Ameritrade account or any sort of stock trading account. It's SEC regulations. I think that's why.
Okay. There you go. So, send it in. Everyone did it. I did it. I just forgot. So no worries. Thanks for casually listening. Win some money, buddy. Ben Garth says, funniest guys at Barstool. Great podcast, but please don't stick to the themes. It is annoying when major news breaks on a Wednesday or Friday and they don't talk about it. Please make full time. So I love that. You butter us up. That's always a way in. And then you do a criticism, which is that's the best way to do a criticism. I will say, so he's talking about What the Fuck Wednesday and this show, Florida Man Friday, kind of are a breakdown from the major news cycle. Yeah. However, I would counter that by saying, send in a normal story on Wednesday if you want to hear about it. If it's like a big story, we will cover it. Because What the Fuck Wednesday are just listener-submitted stories. We'll cover large political stories, large things happening in the news, as long as they're submitted to us. So it's really only Fridays, and it's Florida Man Friday, and we're probably going to get a sponsor for it, so that's probably not going to change. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I had to say about that. Anything? Yeah. No,
I mean, sorry. I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but, we generally, if there's a huge news story that breaks,
we'll mention it at the top.
We'll do it on Monday for sure.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
And we can mention it like the top of the show. If it's groundbreaking news, we're not going to just completely ignore it.
Right.
I don't think there was anything groundbreaking today.
No.
All right, next one is from, I can't pronounce it, too many letters, just jumbling letters. And it says, love you guys. You guys are the absolute best. I listen every single day. With that being said, I have a complaint. I put my request in for Pool Boy Pat over 2 months ago, and he still hasn't come over to fuck my wife. The beef is starting to make me think he's not a man of the people. Sad. P.S. It's great to have Wes back. P.S.S. Fuck John from North Carolina. Love you guys. Have a great fucking day.
You mean Beef. Josh, right? Josh from North Carolina, probably?
Josh. Yeah. Well,
isn't that his real name? Josh? Yeah.
Jake, John. I don't really care because he wants me to quiet down. So whatever the fuck his name is, I think it's Josh.
Yeah.
Beef, you got anything?
What did I miss?
You've been reviews.
No, I was gone. I lost the internet there, but I'm back.
Jesus Christ, Beef. Someone wants to know why it's been 2 months and you haven't come over to fuck his wife.
Pat, if this doesn't get solved, you can come over to my house to do the show. All right?
Can you start going to Wes's house?
Absolutely. Okay. I kind of built the studio over here, and then COVID happened, and then the internet's up. Yeah, I know. Okay. Why am I not banging your wife? Dude, we talked about this because you didn't send me a pic, and I want to know. Look, I'm doing it either way. I just want to know what I'm working with. That's all.
That's fair. This is a back and forth between you two, where he keeps asking why you haven't come over, and you keep asking for a pic of his wife. So we're at a stalemate. Next one is from I don't even know, dude. It says, have a great day, boys. These mad lads make my morning while I drone away in the corporate oil and gas world. You boys ever hear of throwing babies in Karnataka? Wild stuff. The beef is a blessing and needs to get a grill to match the stud ASAP. Cheers. So he's going to want to check out the YouTube video to see the beef's updated hair if we can get the video up. I don't even want to address the baby throwing.
No, I don't know what that means. It sounds really bad.
I'm not going to Google it.
No, I'm not going to Google it either.
I'm not going to Google it. But check out the beef's new look. Next one's from Paul Wall, 88, and it says, honest news with a comedy twist. Love the show, but I want to punch Pat in the nose when every time a stupid person, in quotes, story comes out and he gives them a southern accent. He's not going to like the beginning of the show. Also, welcome back, Wes. Hope the best for you.
All right. Understood.
I did it too this episode too. So.
I thought about that recently. I hear you. Here's the deal, Paul Wall. And if you are the actual Paul Wall, what's up, dude? It's Pat. If you're not the actual Paul Wall, regardless, here's the thing. I spent most of my life in the South. I'm a Northerner, moved to the South. I love the South. I've been in Louisiana and Texas for the last almost 20 years. I'll take that note. Southern people are not stupid. I know that. But what do you want me to do? That's the only accent I do well. Note it.
It's true. Pat's got a couple speeds on accents. That's one of them.
That's true. It's just a default thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think everyone in the South is stupid. You don't either, right, Beef?
No way, bro. That's why I wouldn't live here if I did.
Your audio's a little crackly. Hopefully it's fine on the podcast.
We'll see.
But it's terrible to listen to right now. Yeah. Next up, from Nick Weaver, 28. It says, I always have a great bleeping day. What's up, boys? Welcome back, Wes. I was so worried you were off the podcast, but turns out you were doing something great.
Thanks,
Beef,
Nick.
you're giving off. There you go. Beef, you're giving off great hardcore young midlife crisis vibes, and I can't tell if it's for a character you want to play or a lifestyle you want to live. And I don't think Pat can tell
astute
either.
Of you. Yeah, dead on. 100.
Mark, I want to give you props for being freaked out about COVID before anyone else I knew. Will, just keep doing you, man. You make my morning every morning, no homo. Also, Barstool, give these guys contracts. I want them on Barstool. They are great for the brand and my daily dose of news cocaine. It's a nice one there.
Nice.
A couple more. This one's from May Cat. It says, you guys are so awesome. Absolutely love the show. So does my wonderful boyfriend, Zach. So it's another lady who listens to it every single morning. It is his birthday this Saturday, August 15th. Wondering if you could give him an awesome Hard Factor style happy birthday shout out. Thanks. Zach, happy birthday, my man.
HBD,
have a good weekend.
Zach.
Yeah, happy birthday, Zach. Hope you have a good day, buddy.
Yeah. You got a good girlfriend there. She likes to listen to raunchy stuff, so keep her. Last one is I think it's the last one. Joe Cusack. He says, "Daddy gang," and he goes, 4 guys with questionable sperm counts and type 2 diabetes make fun of how screwed we are as a country. Pat's a lovable lib, but now may be a Chinese asset while rebranding the term communist in a more positive light. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people gave me shit about that. Look.
They're commies.
I don't like China, okay? I'm not a fan. Communism in practice usually turns out to be evil. Communism in theory is not. It's something that I don't want to get into.
They probably all have better internet than you. If they all get equal.
Dude, no,
I wish I have better internet than you.
I wish I had North Korean internet right now.
Yeah.
I feel like Pat's trying to call in like an emergency like strike from the jungle right now. Like,
sounds like he's drowning, but the bed of water he's in is also being electrocuted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Let's get on to the voicemails.
Sorry.
Let's get on to the voicemails. This one's from Wex.
On This Week in Dumb Criminal History in 2018, one Florida man on the move met his match and got more than he bargained for, but exactly what he deserved. While walking from the front door to his table in the Savannah, Georgia Vinny Go-Go's family pizzeria, 31-year-old Palm Bay, Florida resident Ryan Cherwinski noticed an especially attractive waitress putting away menus at the hostess stand. Florida man Chris then decided to let his feelings toward the waitress be known, albeit in a terrible way. He decided to smack the waitress's butt and grope it, but the 21-year-old badass Amelia Holden decided that wasn't the way she'd like to be treated, and grabbed the diner by his shirt collar and threw him into a hard metal chair, then held him by his neck and slammed him into a nearby brick wall for good measure. When asked about the incident, the Vinny Go-Go's pizzeria waitress said, "I appreciate all the kind words from everyone, but I'd also appreciate it if people would stop tagging me in the videos online," which ended up going insanely viral on Reddit and Facebook. As for that assaulter laying on the floor in pain, Florida man Ryan Cherwinski was charged with sexual assault, and the pizzeria posterior protector was rewarded by becoming internet famous. That's This Week in Dumb Criminal History. I'm Wex from Indiana, and remember, please don't be as stupid as these criminals.
Yeah, don't be grabbing your waitresses' asses, guys.
That's a great video if you haven't seen it, though. It's awesome.
Yeah. She does have short shorts on, and then she just dominates him, throws his head into the wall. Yeah, don't grab your fucking waitresses' asses. No. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, like Wes did with the feeder things on waitress grabbing asses, and all the videos end up not good for the guy grabbing the waitress's ass. So
it happens more often than you think. Talk to any waitress. Stop grabbing asses.
Disgusting. That's disgusting. All right, three more voicemails. This one came in right before the show.
Hi, this is Susie calling with the Vehicle Service Department. We are calling about your vehicle's manufacturer's warranty. We sent you several notices in the mail that you have yet to extend your warranty past the factory cutoff. And this is a courtesy call to renew your warranty before we close the file.
Did they mean to call
my phone? If you are interested in renewing your auto warranty now, please press 5 now, or press 9 to be removed from our list.
And see, that's a good question, Beef. That's why I played it, because we don't have anything associated with this phone number. We don't have warranties associated with this phone number. It's a scam. And even if you think you owe money when Susie calls, do not press 5.
I don't know. That warranty sounds pretty good, though, Mark. What if we're still covered?
5. All right, 2 more.
Hey, I'm in a fantasy league with 9 others, so there's 10 of us total. We can never seem to decide what a good challenges to decide the draft order since we're of varying shapes and sizes. We can't do a physical one. There's always some kind of advantage at play. We're wondering if you guys could come up with something for us to do that would decide our draft order that is better than just random. Thank you.
Was that Josh? Was that Josh?
He didn't say his name. He just said, hey.
I think it could be Josh.
I think I can tell you who it is because
that wasn't Josh from North Carolina. But,
no,
DM'd me.
Different one. Okay, well, yeah. How can we figure
the guy
draft
that
order?
wanted us to do the order. Okay,
it's Josh. Yeah.
Okay, so Josh, my advice would be, you probably guys all can't get together. I'm guessing you guys live in different places. I would say play a Hold'em tournament. And if you want to play for money, you can, but the order of people getting knocked out of the tournament is the order. So first person out's the 10th pick. Second, whoever wins is the first pick.
I love that idea. And put the money in escrow beforehand. But you should put some odds on it. It's the pick and make it a little bit more fun. Get a little bit more gambling in before the season starts. That's a great idea.
Do whatever else you want to do to make it more fun, but for the order of the draft, the order you're knocked out of your remote
that's good.
Poker stars or whatever. Yeah.
Maybe like a $10 buy-in with like 1 and 50 blinds, like high stakes, make it move quick.
Yeah, there you go. So problem solved. Last one.
Hey guys, this is Alan from West Virginia. I'm a longtime listener. I also want to say that I consider myself a pretty big space nerd.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your space corner. Those FRBs can be pretty frightening. But my question for you guys is, so Elon Musk, I know how much of a big fan everybody is of him. His new rocket just completed its first test launch, and plans for that, amongst other things, are to use it for travel between different destinations on Earth. So hypothetically, it can go from like Los Angeles to New Zealand in an hour. So my question for you guys is, are you going to take it? Have a great fucking day, and bye.
Nope.
Okay. So it's too bad Will wasn't here to listen to his fellow space companion there.
I thought he was going to say communist. I was pretty stoked for a second, but it turns out it's space.
Will is a big-time communist, by the way. He won't ever let you know, but he's always talking offline about how much he loves
That's why he gives me a hard time about being a communist, is because he's
don't
actually
know enough
a communist.
about it. Yeah, this is a classic defense mechanism. Look, Elon Musk never follows through with anything. So do you think he's going to commercially have rockets fly you from place to place? I highly doubt it. I wouldn't be caught holding my dick on that one. If it ever got done, maybe, but I'm thinking more likely that Hermes hyperspace thing will happen in the next 5 to 10 years. Will I take it? Absolutely. Probably not the first year of flights, but year 2, count me in.
I agree with that, Mark. As a guy that takes way too much on his plate and then can never really do anything very well, there's no way that Elon's doing good shit in any of his endeavors. He's got like fucking 95 companies, and he's banging Grimes and 3-waying with Amber Heard. It's just not. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Yeah, don't buy look at the Hyperloop. Don't buy I can't wait for the Hyperloop merch because it's
He is in Austin, Texas right now. So Elon, if you're listening, please come on the show.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you, Elon. And that's gonna do it for Hard Factor, right? Anything else you guys want to mention before we end the week?
We have 98 days left on our contract. Please tell 5 friends about Hard Factor. It helps us super. We can do this. We can get full-time contracts. We're on the deadline. The clock is on. Our fates will be sealed in November, roughly. So let's get on it.
Power is yours, Hive. We have probably, by the way, 5 to 10 really decently high-level interviews lined up. We're actually talking to see how we can schedule in what order, because we have a lot of people, a lot of politicians, Congress people and such that want to come on the show. So we're going to get some more interviews. We're going to do good election coverage. Spread the word, guys. Get it out there. We love you. Have a great fucking weekend.